And Herbert, the stage is yours.
Thank you. All right. I'll start off with sharing my screen, I think. Fantastic. So last year we tried to look at a site called Silver Pets, and we all love pets, so why not? So we tried starting off with installing a project, setting up the project, and working with the basic composer stuff and getting everything up. I had the Silver Pets theme, I should say, ready to go, but it was it was an HTML theme. So the guide or the goal we had was to make that hard-coded HTML theme, which this one is, as you can see up here, and make that a simple Silverstripe static site. So the goal for the talk is mainly aimed for new beginners, maybe your first time with Silverstripe. So I'll try to walk you through it and see what you can do with it out of the box, basically. So last time we only managed to set the project up. I think we managed the navigation up here, but I can show you how it looks. Oh yeah, I should also mention maybe that I have a link to this. I just put it up just before, but it's the starting point for this project. So whatever you see here is what's in the tutorial GitHub repo. All right, so what we managed to do last time was basically this. So it's not much. The only difference, if you can spot it, it's that we have the menu in place. So before it was only Lorem Ipsum Dollar. So we will need to do some more. That's what we're gonna do. So this will be a coding session and go through the steps basically. All right, so let's start. So this is I added the whole page HTML. That's just HTML dummy page, and I added it into page.ss inside the theme I also created called Silver Pets, and inside the template we added page.ss. And as Silverstripe works, that it maps the current or the pages you have created inside the app folder to the templates. So this will directly work with this. And page.php is the base page for all pages in Silverstripe. You can see here it directly inherits from a page called, or I should say a data object, but it's a page called SideTree. We can have a peek in this. So it works a lot with inheritance. So SideTree is the basic kind of entity for the whole page structure, and itself extends even further, but I won't go into that. So I would actually want to spend a little bit of time just talking about the SideTree and what it is. It's so just your way around. It provides you with a lot of functionality in regards to pages. So it creates the whole hierarchy that you can have page tree. It creates versioning, so pages have different versions. It creates URLs, so it's automatically routed by the framework to the right URL segment you want. So it handles a lot of logic regarding what you would like or what you would want in pages. But I would like to show you one thing, and it's the DB, the database kind of parts of it. So this is the part that will be mapped to the database table for this object or the model SideTree. So you will have URL segment, you have your title, and this is basically the H1, I would say, of the page. The menu title, usually used for listing titles or smaller condensed titles. And then the content, this is the main HTML content of the page. And you're gonna get your meta description. You can add extra meta tags, and then you get some options as well. If you want to show pages in menus or you want to hide them in menus, and the same things with search. Do you want to show them in search or you want to hide them in search? And then they have internal order or sort order. And then there are some other parts regarding broken files or broken links on the pages that Silverstripe manages. That's the short rundown. And then, of course, there are other things, but this is the main part I would like to discuss and talk about. So the page extends from site tree, and it doesn't add any new fields or any new database fields. So it basically is a site tree, but still, this is the starting point. So this will be the page, the base page for the project. And page.ss will map onto that. All right, so what I did here basically last time, I took page HTML and just pasted it in, and then I added some specific Silverstripe variables so it would actually work as well. So this theme directory, it creates the theme directory path and so on. I added the meta tags, so Silverstripe can manage the meta tags and so on. And then I think what we did as well was we created the menu. So that's where we are at now. And the rest of this is pretty hard code. You can see the H1 is called page and so on. So this is something we would need to fix. And here's the content part of the page. So we can have a look at it maybe. So this is it. So this is the H1. And we have some breadcrumbs also hard-coded and content. Then we have the footer. So I think we should start off with just doing the simple things first, and that's creating the content. And this part would then be the content of the page. So just remove that, and then we add the content. And content is the one thing that we can use from the site tray I just showed you before. It had the content part right there. So we just use that and show it on the template. And that's the way we can do for most of the things for this specific page. In this case, quite easy, just content, and then we might want to have unique H1, and that will be title. So just doing that and refreshing, then suddenly we get this. So, all right, this is a lot better, I think. Can go to different pages, and all right, so this is dummy text, everything, but it's still unique text at least. That we can see. So that part is good. All right, and then we will start having a look at the breadcrumbs and what we could do with that. So let's see. We can do it in different ways. You can use the Silverstripe has a built-in breadcrumb variable that can create breadcrumbs. I can write like this, just saving, and then go back here, and then see suddenly it actually uses, it outputs something. It's not really the same. It's not really, oh, my light went out. All right. See if it works. Anyways, we continue. So it doesn't look the same, and it depends. If you want to do it like this, then you probably would need to either use either you override the template what creates this inside Silverstripe, or you create your own. It depends how you want to do it. You could, I think what we could do is we could probably do our own. So let's see if I have anything for that. So I have prepared some snippets so I don't have to write code the whole day. So what we could do is we could loop through all the pages. There is this called breadcrumb items that exists that the breadcrumb template itself uses, so we can use that. And we can also check, we can also add a checks to say that we only want to show this if we are on level 2 of the page hierarchy. If not, don't even bother. So we do that, and then I think we should have better looking version. So this is good enough, I think. All right, so I think we got the page down. What we could do now is have a look at how we create common things like headers, data up here, and footer data which will be displayed on every page. For that, I can go into the admin and just show you what it looks like from here as well. So everything you see here is just a basic page. So it's a page type page. Quite straightforward. And if you want to edit more global things, you usually go into settings, or it's here that you'll have to do it. And in so it's called settings here, but in code it's the class site config. So you can have a look at that maybe. So site config is part of the core, so we're not supposed to really go in here and work with it, so we won't, but I just want to show you what's in here. So it's a title, tagline, and then some permission things that you can work with as well. So what we can do is we can extend this so we can do even more with it, have more fields here for footer, texts, and so on. And Silverstripe allows you to do this in 2 ways. So what we want to do, we want to attach some more functionality to this object, and the practice to doing this in Silverstripe is you create an extension, and you do this. You can just create. It's misspelled, of course. We can just write extensions. Maybe that's easier. All right. And here we can add our own site config. So yeah, Silverpet site config like this. And all right, we can, sure. And then here we have to extend data extension. So this is, we define it as a data extension. All right, so on our site config, we would like to have some more things. So we will have to add things for the footer. That's our main focus, because in the header we don't really have that much. So I'm proposing footer tagline for and call out and details. So that would be the tagline, maybe contact details, something like this, and then some kind of call out text here. For now, I think I will skip these parts. There are modules that you can create links and menus for footer, so you can use them if you want, or you can create some kind of solution of your own. So all right, so we create 3 fields. We have to add namespace as well, and because in extension we also will need let's see, we will need some kind of field, so we can enter this data in the admin. So I've added a couple of fields here, but there is a field here that I've added as well that's called call to action page. So when we click the button here, because there is some kind of oh, sorry, not only that, the adopt button. or I think it's on the start page. We have a call out button here, but we could also have it here or whatever. So it's a site-wide kind of setting that we will have to have. That's a call out kind of button, which goes to a page. So I'm taking consideration for that. So for that, I would recommend using just a page. We just point to a page. So we say, all right, so we will like to point to a page in the system called call out action page where all the links go to. That's call out link. So we do it like this, and then we'll have to add some namespaces for these so they work properly. And for that maybe as well. All right. Like so. Okay, so now we've created our extension for the Silverstripe site config. However, we will need to connect it to the actual site config, and that is done through the config in the YAML files. We could create a new type or add it to our own, but this is a better practice, I think. So all the extension we can add in this file. Let's see here. So the simplest way would be like this. So we say, okay, for site config, we would like to add the extension Silverpets site config. And hopefully now this will register and add these fields I just created here to the site config. So let's have a look. So do dev build on this and see how it goes. All right, seems to work out. So we've added a couple of fields. So let's have a look in the admin. Great. So now we can add some texts for the contact details, footer tagline, some text for footer callout, and then we can select a link where we want the callout buttons to go to, or page actually. But you can just use the link to that page. So let's say we want to go to adopt-a-doll. Then we can just test details, test tagline. All right. All right, this seems to work. All right, so we've done half the part. We've added data to our site. Now maybe we would like to display it as well. So we go in here and go to page. So here is the footer part. And here is the text for the tagline. So we can do this in different ways. The simplest way is we just add, we say, okay, we want to access the site config and we would like the footer tagline. I hope I'm spelling this right. All right. And we can quickly have a look. All right, so the tagline outputs there. Perfect. However, we actually want another type of text. We would like the text I just removed. So we could add that here. And this doesn't look that well, but you could add it through the source code button. So just open up and just add it as HTML source code. And then, yes, this is how we want it. And then we go ahead and continue. We do the address part as well. So we probably want this part and just add, again, site config, footer address. I even forgot the name. Let's see here. What was it called? Oh, that's the wrong one. Contact details. Great. Okay, cool. So that looks good as well. So we might want to add that as well. Here it is. So this is the one I cut before. All right, good. And then for the call out, we'll have do the same thing here as well. So this part we skip for now. So we will add the H3 here. Or maybe again, it was called just, no, it's footer call out. That's good. Cool. And then we add the text to this, like so. And we can, before we save it, we can just have a look first how it looks. So this is our test part, test text that we added. And now when I saved it, hopefully it should look as in the design. Great. This looks good. We have, however, did it the wrong way, I see. So, yeah, maybe you noticed this before me, but we have to change them. And this is, you can add these fields in the right order. Maybe it's going to get a lot easier for the editors. And we could do that directly here in the, you can just add this one after this one. And I think it will be a lot easier. Yeah, so it's tagline, contact details, and then the call out. All right, great. So what do we have now? We have one single template, which is page SS, and it handles everything at the moment, everything on the page. But at least it's dynamic now. So when we go around here, we can see we get right text, right everything here. Looks good. But we will have, most likely, you will have a lot of different page types. I will just concentrate on one more, and that's the home page. So the home page is usually quite different from all other parts of the site. And it's the aim is having it look like this. And we will have to create some kind of links to other pages here with some texts, or yeah. And then we this part maybe we will skip today as well, but it's same thing. We have to create some kind of fields for the homepage for having this. And then at the end we have another text area here, and we have these are links basically with some images and text. So that's about it. Right, let's see. So for this, we'll try to work with the home page. And Silverstripe allows you to change or create new page types or for this. Currently, we only have the default ones. We have the page one, which we've been using, and then it also provides us 3 others: redirector page, arrow page, and virtual page. Virtual page allows you to basically clone the page, but it's not really a clone. It's more of a pointer to this page or other page. And then we have the arrow page, which is automatically created from when you start the project, and you get these page not found and server error. And then you have the redirector page, and just redirects with the 301 response to another page. So we will need another page type for this. We need more data for it to carry, and we also need another look. So we will have to go in our project, creating a new, call it home page. And it should then, of course, extend page. So here we can, create our database field for everything we need. And also we will also need a controller for this. At the moment, we will probably not use it as much, but it's good practice to have it. and it extends page controller. All right, so what do we need for the start page? Let's have another look here. Here's the HTML page. So we will need something for the hero section. We will probably, because this home page extends page and page extends site tree, we will always get the content field along. So this would probably be a good place to have that. Use content for this area, and these we will have to create some kind of links for. And then we skip this one, and here we will need a new content area and then some links. So let's see what we can do here. We will start off with having a look if we can add some items. So we will do it like this. We start off with the hero lead, hero text, and some content for these items that we will need. We will need basically a secondary content field for this field. All right, and we will probably need a background image as well, or an image for the hero section, and we do that with has one. So this page will have one hero section background image, and oh no, not this one. We need to always use the assets image, and adding these as well. Yes. So what we've done here is we created a relationship to another image called hero that we've called hero section image, and we've also added owns. Owns means that when we publish this page, we should also publish the image, so they belong together basically. If not, you will have to manually publish the image every time you do something with it. That's always a hassle. So we could start off with this. We will also need some kind of get CMS fields, so we can add some stuff here. Let's see what we can add. We could, so let's do like this. Fields, of course, you can remove this one. All right, so here we get the lead, the hero text, and we create this as text area fields, so no HTML editing possibilities here. And then we create the upload field for the image for the hero section. And this should probably be a good start. We can build this, see if we get any new fields, a new page type, and so on. And I think we did, because I might have done this once before. Otherwise, it should be in green. So let's have a look. All right, so home. See if we have, okay, here's the home page. So let's do this as a home page. Do that here and publish. Okay, let's see how it looks. Sorry. Ah, great, we have an error. That's always good. All right, so we forgot the classical things that we didn't add the namespace for the classes I'm using. All right, let's try again. Oh yeah, this is an important thing. When using fields, you need to also return the fields, or if not, you will be without fields. So that's a handy thing to know. All right. So we have the content, and we have the head, the lead, header text, and this should probably, yeah, a better name is hero, so it's consistent with what we're doing. And maybe, here's the thing, maybe we would like, as before, we would like to move up these fields above content because it will visually be there. So that's something we can do as well. We could add a parameter to this add fields tab and say that we want it before content. So insert everything we've done here before content. Then it should probably look a lot better. All right, great. Then we have here lead, here text, and some background image. Cool. So you can do the test hero and then hero text. Start off with this, and then we. All right. So again, we've done the half part of it. Now we would like to output it as well. So what you could do now, so I'll do it, but you realize that's pretty bad. You could create homepage.ss and just say, okay, this is my new homepage, and do it like that. But then you quickly realize that you will need a lot of same stuff on both pages. You will need the whole doc type, the HTML, everything for both pages. So Silverstripes allows you to use something called layouts. So basically, what it is you if you only create the base page in the templates, you can then cascade down to layouts for parts of that page. So I'll show you. It's not easiest to explain, I realized. So what we do is we can create a new directory inside templates called layout. And also, I should say that this is also quite well documented in Silverstripe. This is Silverstripe 3, but it's the same principle. That you can have layouts inside templates, and then basically when you have different page type, it just uses the layout for those page types inside the page template. So we create layout like this, and then fold the layout like this, and then we, instead of adding the home page at the same level, we add it inside that. All right. So here we have now page, and then instead of outputting the content here, basically it's this part. We will now just write layout. However, we will need a layout for the base page as well. So we just add that back in. So what happens now is homepage tries to find its own template, doesn't find it, reverts back to page, and then find its, okay, we have the page type, but also finds, okay, we have a layout variable here, or function here, and with that we can map it, see if we can find homepage here. We did. All right, then we add homepage, everything is in here inside where this variable is. So with a little luck, this should just now work. So before we only had this one. Now go into page, uses the whole page, head and foot. Now it puts home page right there. Cool, that's how we want it. And then you go to the page, the normal page, and then we have it as we had it before. So this gives us flexibility of working, which a lot of page types and having the same header and footer. You could, of course, use another folder that's supported. It's called includes. And here, the idea here is to have snippets of template code that you can reuse in different parts of your template structure. So some people use, me included, use the whole footer part. So instead of having it on the page.ss, you can have it inside. So you have to do include, and then let's call it footer. Oh, sorry. And then you create it as well. Save it. And then we'll try, see if this works. Yeah, so, all right, not a big difference, but right now what we're doing is we're using an include, and so we get this back. And the neat thing about it is you're able to clean up a lot of markup this way. So basically, it's a lot easier to navigate what you are doing, and it gets also more easier to use code. So we could do this for the header as well while we're at it. Some people call head, other header. I don't know. We can do header. All right. So it looks a lot better now, a bit more manageable. So we have header, we have our page title, and I actually realized we should probably have the page title inside the page as well, because the home page will not have this area. The home page should look like this. So we will do that change. So we'll add it in here instead. Okay. So it's even cleaner. So now we have header and then layout and then a footer, and then the rest of it is, yeah, whatever. So can flush this. Okay, now we managed to remove that as well. So for the home page, we have added some data. We want that nice hero section here to start with. So we will have to have a look in this hard-coded page here and see what it has. So the home page has a lot of stuff, or more stuff, I would say. So there's a lot of, I think it's here. I have actually taken this, saved some time. So I copied this. I added the hopefully the right variables that are needed. We can go through them. So it has some kind of hero element. I think they call it slider. I'm not sure why they did that. And here we add our hero section background image variable, which is an image, and we provide a link to it. And the same thing with the hero lead. We add the variable for the hero lead and the hero text. And yeah, we also, here we can do it differently, but we use the site config that we create before, call to action. So the button that will be there will be from the site config and not from, won't be managed from the home page. And I think this is not used, so you can move that. All right, so let's have a look. Cool, we have test hero, we have some hero text there, and button that goes to, adopt a dog. So that seems to work. So now it's just for us to add some content to this. We would and then we can, yeah, whatever, can keep that, and then we can select an image for this. So I think it was this one. Yeah, let's do it. Insert that and publish. And hopefully, maybe I refreshed too soon. Let's see if. Okay, interesting. So the hero section did. I probably need. I'm not sure if I did the dev build for this. Let's see. All right, let's try again. Okay, so there is some issue with the image, so I have to have a look. This is part of loving development. All right, so we have one, that's an image. I had added the ID. This is, I think this was a practice you did in older versions of Silverstripe. You added the ID after this. I think it's been removed in Silverstripe 4. So hopefully that was the issue. Not really. So hero section background image. Is this not correct? It is. So let's see, we could try uploading a new one. See if that does anything. Okay. Let's see, details published. All right, see if this one. So maybe I have some database issues with that image, but yeah, this should work. All right, cool. It looks like a web page, a website now, but it's good. We can work with this. So yeah, you just have to probably refresh the images I have in the database. But this looks good. And now to the other parts of it. So this area we thought, or we should do with the content. But before we do that, maybe we could have a look, because it's simple enough, we can have a look at this. So for this, we will probably need, let's see here, we will need some teaser pages of some kind. So we need some kind of link to other pages in order to output them. So this pages needs to show other pages. So we need a relationship here. So I propose we do a many relationship. We could have has many as well, actually. So it's yeah, whatever. So we create teaser pages and we point to other pages, and then we will need some kind of select field for this. So what we could do is we could do it like this. So we don't add it in the same, or we could of course add it in the same add to fields tab, but then every field we will add will be above the content field, the main. So now if you want to follow the visual layout of the page, this will be under the content. So we might as well create a new one without insert before. this one, content. So this will just, oh, sorry. So let's see here. Let's do this then. And for this, I propose using a tree multi-select field. So you get basically drop down. So I'll show you. We can select which pages you would like to show here. Okay. So let's start with this. Do the build. Refreshing. So it's content, and then we propose to add it after. So here are the teaser pages. So yeah, we could select find a pet sitter. We could adopt a dog and health and well-being, and maybe go up one and go to about us. All right, that's 4. All right, so now we managed to enter data. Now let's try output it as well here. So what I've added before in terms of code is we have the hero lead in that part. So this is the hero part. Then the content I've added here, and just instead of using, yeah, adding the content field as before. And then here we're going to do a loop over teaser pages. So this is the method created automatically. So every relationship in Silverstripe automatically creates a method or function that you can use both in code, in PHP code like here, or in templates. So we just say, all right, so loop over that relationship basically. So now we also have 4 pages that we marked as well. So for each page, we will want to have the link for it, the image link for it, and the title for each page as well. And then Silverstripes allows us to use methods on the content field as well. So we will get the content of that page, but we also just opt to use only the first paragraph in that content, nothing more. And then the link again to that page. So let's see how that will look. Okay, nice. Well, almost nice. What's stopping us here is that we don't have images for the page, because page, as we defined it, doesn't really have anything on it, just empty. So we would probably be a good idea to add an image, like so. And then we can add images into the pages. So let's do it. I have my, oh, here it is. So for speed purposes, we could just copy the upload field that we used before. Just use fields, add field to tab, field main, like so. But now the name of it is of course image. So let's call it page image. All right, and now do a dev build. Perfect. We have an error. Number 20. We need probably to use, let's see here. Oh, sorry, it's not even this, it's up here. We have to work with the class, within the class. So that was the issue. Okay. I'm trying to keep up the pace so we can manage to do some stuff. All right, so we created the page and the image for it and some other stuff that's automatically created in order to everything to work perfectly. So if we go to, let's see, about us, adopt a dog, find a pet. Start off with about us. Then of course, upload field again. We need namespace so we can use it. Thank you. And then the push. And we would probably need add fields to tab because we're using an array here. Let's see again. Okay. So here we go. So here's the image. Let's try use an existing image again, see if it works this time. Let's do this. Insert, publish. Okay, looks better. Okay, here we go. So now we got it. I think basically I want it. We have more text as they have. We took the whole paragraph. I think some, just doing this from top of my head, you could also do different types. You can probably add a summary, which uses number of characters instead of a whole paragraph, and it's even larger. I think you could probably add, say, 20, length 20 or something like that, and then you could have a shorter version. So maybe something like that. But also, again, in mobile view and so on, maybe it's different. So yeah, use this in a good way. I would leave it like that. And yes, and we skipped this one. So the last part is this. And for this, we would need a new field here and some links. And this is probably the last part for today. But let's try to get this together. All right. So we will need to use this one, link items content for this. And you could do this in different ways. We could add a separate field for each link. You could have link one title, link one text, link one image, and so on, and link one link or something like that. And then you would have like 3 times 4, 12 fields here on the homepage, which is a bad practice. Instead, we should try to use custom-made data objects for this that we can call link items or something like that. And then we can add one or more link items to the homepage. So we'll try to do that. So good practice is to create a new folder for that called data object. 2T. I suck at this spelling. Okay. So here we can create a new class called link item or whatever. Fairly abstract name. Extends data object. So it's a type of data object. And here, here we will have to think about what we actually will need. I have here, let me see if I can copy this content. Proposed content is title, URL, which you go to, and the content that we need to write on it. And also we will probably have, again, we'll need an image for this. Like so. Okay. And because we extend from a data object, Silverstripe actually provides us with scaffolding of these fields. We don't have to explicitly define them in a get CMS field. We could do that, but we don't need to do that. So before I do a dev build and show you this, we need to expose them, show them somewhere in the admin. Currently, they only exist nowhere. Basically, they will be created, but you can't manage them. So we will need to say to the homepage that we actually have a couple of these link items. So check here. So we'll do it like this. All right, so we will have many link items of type link item. You could also write link item like this. They're in the same namespace, so it should work. There's another thing. When you define has many relationship, you always have to route back or give a relationship back from as it has one. So that means on the link item, we need to say, all right, this this link item actually belongs to a page. We can say home page if we only want the links to be there. But let's be more generous and say, let's just say page. And then maybe if we want, we can define that has many on the page or whatnot. But this is a base class or homepage, so this will also work. Like this. So let's do the build. Okay, great. Fantastic. Oh yeah, it's the namespace part again. So we added this field. We need to add the namespaces. All right. So we created a couple of link items, or the data object link item. We still can't manage them. We create the relationships and everything should be good to go, but we need to create a field for it. So when working with relationships, it's usually what you want to use is usually a grid field. So Silverstripe has a good component for relationships and managing items. Let me see here. It looks something like this. We can add it in here maybe. Okay, so grid field is already added. And then we create, the first one defines the relationship or the relationship you're referring to. And in our case, it's the link items. The second argument is the title inside admin for it. The third one is actually which link items will be added to it, and that will be our link items we've selected. This is the implicit method created by Silverstripe, basically created by this. And then what type of settings or configurations we want on the grid field. And there are, I think, 3 default ones. You can create your own, but we'll take one of the default ones, simple one, record editor. And yeah, same old for me. Grid field, here we go. Add namespace. And same one with this. Okay, here's the grid field. So now we can add a couple of link items. Let's see, what do we want? We want to find us, call us, email us. So first one, find us, and then we can provide a URL. Here it could be, you can actually probably use it see if I have it still inside the. There you go. Find us, and then that's the link. This is from the hard-coded page. And then the contents, we will probably want this one, I guess. And we only allow text fields, so no HTML on this. Then we can choose an image again. Let's do this one. Oh, one thing. I don't think we added owns to the link item. Did we do that? Yeah. So now when I publish or when I create this, you can see that the image is still in draft. So if we go and try to view this, see if we can get something here. Yeah, the image isn't showing up. These are previous items I created, so there's apparently still in the database. So yeah, it's a bonus, I guess, but they shouldn't be. So I'll have to check here, see why they're here. We can do it like this instead. Anyways, we can just fix the image and then. So if you don't have owns, then you will have to manage the images manually. Then you have to go inside the asset manager and publish the image yourself in order for it to be visible like this. So these items are with I don't know, from the database. Let's see what we have here. Old relics, old stuff. Okay, so link item. Oh, I know what it is. It's actually not old stuff. We haven't removed all the dummy code, the hard code. So we did a loop over the items here, loop link items, and added everything we needed. But we just did that and left the other ones hanging. So removing that should probably be more correct. Great. So now we have that one. And now we just can add more. But before we do that, I would like to have the owns. So I don't have to do this, publish every time. Okay. Like so. All right. Go back. I'm not sure. You might need to flush as well. We'll see. So add a new link item. Then we have call us. And then the URL. Some nice text. And then you can use that one. And insert. Let's see, now it's in draft to see if. All right, so we need to publish this again. I probably need to flush it. And so on. So now you have your links. And hopefully this is all working now. And you can go on with this page. You can start working with a new page type for FAQs and creating some type of FAQ item to just do it the same way we did it with the link items. You could start looking at looping over some menu or using a module for using the footer menu. So you can go far further than I've done. But I think I'll stop here and grab my beer and head on to the North Croatian bar. But hope it shone some light on some parts of it as well. I hope. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Herbert.
Thank you.
Very good work with your talk. And I think we have another good introduction video. You're already leading the statistics on YouTube, so I hope this talk will be like this. During your talk, there weren't any questions, just discussions about pricing in the game. So
That's great.
yeah,
yeah, but I'm happy to help people, and I think there is a need for these more startup kind of videos. So I think it's good we've had a couple of them today.
yes.
So
I think
all right, thank
I
you.
also think that was just right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.